How you doing? This is Sean McVeigh with Sean's Outdoor Adventures, and I am so excited to bring you the 2017 Map Reading Challenge. And this year we are taking things to a whole new level. I mean, I have 12 guys, 4 teams, 3 guys on each team, and they are all competing for a brand new Bowtech Range 6. As a team, they also have a chance to win an XOP Air Raid hang-on tree stand. And you know, if you've been following the series, that you also have a chance to win a Bowtech Range 6. And you also have a chance to win an XOP Air Raid hang-on tree stand. And if you don't know how to do that, I'm going to cover that a little bit later in the episode. But for now, I need you to realize this episode counts toward the guy's overall score. So if you want this guy to win and his team to win, you need to really help him out by promoting his video, by sharing it with as many people as you can and say, hey, watch this video, help my friend win a brand new Bowtech Range 6. In this episode, we're going to be following Aaron Jones from Team Men of Faith. And I gotta say, I have a special gratitude toward Aaron because for years now, he has been very supportive of me and my channel. I mean, when he just finished college, and as a college student, he would send me donations periodically, you know, sizable donations. And I was just like always blown away by that. I'm just a stay-at-home dad. I don't really have much income to speak of, you know, and to have somebody doing that, I appreciate it. I also felt bad, but I was like, thank you so much. So when Aaron put an application in to be on this year's Map Reading Challenge, I was very excited. And there was absolutely no doubt that he was going to be on this year's Map Reading Challenge. So he drove all the way from Texas to Maryland for this scout trip. And, you know, he's been doing map reading challenges for the past few years. Ever since I sort of created this whole thing, it inspired him and he started doing it. He does hunts in Arkansas, and he's been very successful, gotten some really nice bucks, and he's really a force to be reckoned with on the Map Reading Challenge. And I know that, you know, Team Maryland, Andrew and Lewis, those guys are always like, oh yeah, we're going to beat these people, you know. And I said, hey, you know, Aaron's a force to be reckoned with, you know, don't overlook Aaron. So one of the things that really helps Aaron be successful is he's not afraid to put in the work, and he's got some experience doing map reading challenges. So I'm excited to see, 1, what does Aaron find on the scout trip, and 2, does he come back and does he put some big buck down? Let's see what Aaron saw on the scout portion of the map reading challenge. And remember, if you want to help Aaron, who's just about to get married, if you want to help him, make sure you share this video with as many people as possible, because the total view count on this video is going to be added to his total score for winning that Bowtech Range 6 and to his team score for winning the XOP Air Raid hang-on tree stands. So let's check in with Aaron and see what he saw. Superfan Aaron Jones.
What's going on?
What's going on, brother? Tell us what your experience of the scouting part of the Map Reading Challenge was, what you saw, what you didn't see, and how you're feeling going into the hunt when we come back.
It was very difficult, because I'm not used to the steep terrain. I've been in the mountains in Arkansas before, but they're not near as steep and rigid as these are. So that was a big change and a big shift in what I normally do. So normally I can run up and down the mountains real quick and be able to look at stuff. This took me a lot longer to get to places than originally so, and that's why I got soaked the first day. But going in there, I love to hunt saddles, so I immediately looked for all the topography maps to find all the saddles that I could and go to, and make a big loop so I could hit all of them and come back and see which one would be the best, and/or which one would be better for the nighttime if it's the food or more bedding area, so that I could hunt in the morning. And I was kind of discouraged. I found some deer sign, but it wasn't like just outstanding that I was like, this is the spot. I didn't feel like so secure, like this is exactly where I want to go. I found some good spots that were thick that could be bedding area. I found some places where they could be eating, but I mean, all the deer sign was just typical deer sign. I mean, scat, rubs, old rubs, but mainly old rubs. Like I didn't see any brand new rubs or pretty close to last year.
And just so people know what you're talking about, when he's saying brand new rubs, you mean from the last season?
Yeah, from last season, of course. Yeah. Not rubs. They're not going to be rubbing here yet, but you know, ones that they were actually there last season doing it. I found one thicket that had like 5 or 6 rubs all around in a corner, or in a circle almost, and had a scat all over. I think like 13 or 14 different scat groups all around. So I figured that was his bedding space because it was on top of this saddle, and it literally had thicket all the way down each ravine. The thickets were super thick, and then the tops were kind of like not super clear, but they were clearer than the thickets. So I was figuring that was his bedding area. Well, I'm hoping, but we'll see what it turns out if I get to sit there, because I don't know if I'm going to sit there, because I found some good spots on day number 2. But I went around and looked and looked and looked, and ultimately got soaked with rain. So the God opened up the floodgates, and it started to pour. That's when I called Sean and was like, hey man, I need some help. You got to come get me, man. So he came.
John and I made it back to camp. It's pouring rain out there right now. Not sure how you can see. The other 3 guys are out in it, and I'm just in the car rounding stuff up for dinner. Crazy. Rescue mission. Aaron called me. He said, hey, can you come get me? I'm like, yeah. I wanted to go get him anyway, but I didn't know where to go. And it's a good thing I waited, because I would have totally went in the opposite direction of where he's at. So he's somewhere right around here. Oh, there he is. What's up, brother?
What's up, man? All I want, could you get, hopefully, you have dry hands. Grab that out.
Grab what?
My camera. Top. Right there. Is it wet?
No, you're good.
Perfect.
I know,
That's all that I was worried about. Everything else in there can be replaced. Okay.
Where's how do you turn the power off? It looks like,
Should be middle.
oh wait, the light went out.
Perfect.
All right, jump in.
Oh my gosh. Are you sure?
Yeah.
I'm wet.
Well, I put that shirt down and figured you could sit on that.
Oh my goodness.
Did you get a little bit wet?
A little wet. I was running. I was trying to get out of there as soon as I heard the thunder.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, it came down quick.
Well, I know, like, I actually was in camp. I was like, man, I'd like to go look for Aaron, but I didn't. I actually was actually going to pull out and go the other direction. So it's a good thing I waited.
Oh man. I was running
You
back.
are wet, brother.
I'm telling you. I was running
Well, hey,
trying so hard.
that's got to feel good after all that sweat, huh?
Oh, I promise you. Oh, it was really hot. And then the water was nice, but the only thing I was thinking about was like, don't ruin the camera. Don't ruin the camera. Ruin everything else in the bag. I can replace everything else cheaply, just not the camera. Driving down the road, and then we got in his vehicle. Thankfully, my camera did not get wet.
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord.
Praise Jesus for real. Because I was in the woods. I was like, it's gone. It's gone. There's no way it's not wet. But God is faithful, and he took care of it for me. So it's day number 2 coming into it. We did the group scout, which was fun. I learned a lot. I mean, trying to find where the trails go up and down the spurs and ravines. So that was really, really helpful. And got some really good footage of all of us together, and also of the wildlife creatures that we saw that day. Thankfully, we're all here and standing in one piece.
Yeah.
But going from that, we all went our separate ways, and I went to this one place that had another saddle, and because I love saddles, and I went to the saddle, super thick. It was recently probably clear cutted in the past like 4 or 5 years, and I mean it was about 15 to 20 feet, really small trees. It was super thick. But I decided to go down the spur that was on the side of it, down to the very bottom in the ravine. And when I did, I found a very predominant crossing in the creek. There was 3 trails coming, or 2 trails coming from one side, another one coming from this side, and the 4th one coming there. So they were literally all intersecting at this one point, coming all together. So I was like, this is exactly where I want my trail camera to be. I want to see what this activity is. I want to see if it's in the daytime, the nighttime. And then when I was looking closer, on the one side of the creek was just littered with rubs. I think I found, it had to have been 30, either old ones like 3 or 4 year olds to a couple years, and then even to fresh ones that were made last season.
Yeah.
I mean, I just found it was a whole big rub line, I mean, just straight up that trail. And I followed it all the way out. I mean, it was literally went to one point, and at that point it did split. But even at that split, there was more rubs.
Nice.
So it looks like it's a really big high buck activity place. But I'm hoping that they're come back.
Good,
and
man.
so I'm hoping that one's going to be a sure hit. But I'm pumped up today. I wasn't as pumped up yesterday. I was kind of a little let down. But today I'm feeling energized and ready to go. I'm ready to come back because I think at least one of us, I think maybe even more, we're going to get something on the ground because we're seeing some stuff that just can't be ignored. We're seeing some good deer sign, and I think we're going to get on one.
All right, man. Well, I'm excited to see how you do, and I'm looking forward to you making the trip back from Texas.
Oh yeah, all the way from Texas.
I was excited for Aaron, and I'm hoping that when he comes back, it's going to be big buck down. I hope you'll stay tuned to find out what happens. And remember, if you want to help Aaron, make sure you share this video with as many people as possible because that total view count goes to his overall score. And if you'd like to get your name in the mix to win a brand new Bowtech Range 6 and a free XOP air raid hang on tree stand, make sure you follow the link in the description section of this video. It'll take you to my website. You can sign up on my newsletter, which is how you get your name in for the XOP air raid hang on tree stand, and you can vote for these guys as well. So that's how you get your name in the mix for the Bowtech. So make sure you check those things out, and I got another scout trip video coming out tomorrow. I hope you'll stay tuned for that. In the meantime, take care and God bless.